Welcome to Body Reconnect, where I use Mirrorwork to help my clients reconcile toxic emotions and clear out toxic debris. I'll show you how to do it. My name is Michelle Dominique, Certified Wellness Coach. So if you've not looked at any of my videos before, and this is the first time to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we focus on living our best, healthiest life as our true, authentic selves, showing up with main character energy in our lives, unapologetically. Putting down the imposter syndrome is what we're focusing on now. Go back to some of my other videos and I talk about the importance of mirror work, how it's different from affirmations, and why you should make it a regular part of your everyday boost yourself up, not fake, but for real regimen. So this is what I teach my clients who come to me for coaching, how to really authentically start to connect to yourself. Because if you don't watch it, we become so, even as adults, you know as children, you always want to emulate somebody, but you're 40, 50, and you're still trying to emulate. You're still not set in who you are. You still don't know your axis, your due north, your compass, not just morally, but about who you are. There's a term now, a saying that goes, I don't play about me. I don't play about me. That means when I show up, I demand the respect. Not like I demand respect, but when I show up, I walk in a room, I don't ever worry about somebody, handling me a certain way or talking to. That's not the essence I show up with. I don't show up with rough essence. I don't show up with, I'm going to show you essence. I show up with authenticity. And in my authenticity is the desire to do people good and to make them happy. The desire to create a great environment for somebody, especially if they're having a bad day. Not laying down and being a doormat, but helping someone elevate. Because I remember for a very long period of time when I couldn't elevate myself, much less anybody else. And I brought that funky attitude with me everywhere I went, funked up the workplace, funked up the dorm, funked up, So when I show up authentically, I really want you to smile. I really want you to hear a kind word just because you deserve it as a human. That's the only reason, right? So that is who I am, who I've become, who I was. And as I start to reconcile some emotional hangups and habits and burdens and things that other people, clouded my life with, now that I released all of that stuff, like the song goes, I can see clearly now. And my goal is happiness and spreading love, right? So how do you not show up? How do you show up? Here's the question. How do you show up as an imposter in your own life? Why is it that in your own life, you don't show up with main character energy? How could that be? You are indeed the main character in your life. I don't care where you're going. I always, if you look at my health, my lymphatic related videos, I always end that by saying, I look forward to helping you live your best, healthiest life. That is a daily thing. Like that's not an arrival. I'm the health coach and I'm still daily, working on being better, being the best version. Having those days where, I probably shouldn't have eaten that, or I probably should have done yoga. That's every day. Don't think there's some kind of misconception that it's an arrival, like you get there and it's all great. Even as I'm saying I like to show up authentically and bring joy to people, Mercury went into retrograde last week, and whew, there was one day I did not show up well at all. And I've had to make amends for that because I did not show up well on that one. That was not the best version of myself. Knowing that, reconciling that, getting rid of the emotional debris that made me speak out that way allowed me to slip back into this space. So, dang, that's sorry. Left a wake of behind me from that day that I didn't quite control myself. But you know what? Today I'm doing better. Today I strive to be the best version of myself. In our current culture, and this is just how it is, I'm not like making a whether you do it or not, but we have the benefits. Everything is a blessing and a curse, and AI is definitely that. I was working on a letter, and I haven't embraced the whole AI thing. In my work of coaching and doing lymphatic drainage, there's really no place for it, no pressing need for it, I should say. I'm sure you could always make a place for it. So I was working on a letter that I was composing, and I pride myself on having the ability to compose a letter. Now, it's been a while, and there was that long stretch of time when I was at home speaking in 3-word sentences to, my daughter. So I lost some of my technique, but I pride myself on still being able to write a letter. And the person said to me, well, why don't you just run it through AI? It's like, is it that bad? I mean, she's like, no, but that'll make it perfect. And I literally said, why would I want my letter perfect when I'm not perfect? I want this to sound like me, and I'm not always perfect. I fall short daily. Some days I fall short less, but even just in speaking with myself, the way I handle myself, I fall short more on how I handle my thoughts about myself than I ever do on how I handle someone else. And so there's just this false sense of perfection. Yes, AI in many instances is an amazing tool, but my clients are used to my voice. They know me. If I start showing up like perfection, they're gonna know that's not okay. She's using an AI tool. No, I always want you to know that I'm writing from the heart. I always want you to know that I'm speaking from the heart. So AI is great for business, and some businesses do need to be perfect or to put a perfect face out front. But in your personal space, being your authentic self, don't get caught up in the perfection. That's not even a goal to strive for. That's not even a real thing. How about working on being the best version of you? Let's take it to the mirror. Hey, gorgeous, look at you. I see you. I see you sitting here doing this video that was supposed to be done first thing this morning, and it's like early afternoon, but you did it. Look at you, girl. Now you just need to post it, but proud of you. Look at that. I show up as my authentic self every day, every day, every day. Perfection is not my goal. Authenticity is my goal. I strive to be the best version of myself that day. Just that day, I strive to be the best version of myself today. Right now, in this moment, my best version. I smile from my lips and reflect that all the way down to my heart. And if you're already to the point where, yeah, I smile every day. I smile from my heart and bring that all the way up to my face. Every day I remember to do that because somebody is not at the place where they can smile. And I'd like to give that to them. I smile. I smile. I am worthy in this space, in my becoming stage, in my evolution, in my where I am on the way to where I am going stage. I am worthy of standing in my life, showing up with main character energy. I acknowledge I bring something unique to the world. I may not quite know exactly what they all are, but I do know I have purpose and I have value. I was not placed here haphazardly or by happenstance. I matter. I am the main character in my life. Let's just sit right there. Whew, let's use our oil today. Today we are going to use bergamot to seal that. This oil deals with loving yourself, self-acceptance. So many people need that right now. Bergamot, I'll have a link for it down there. So let's just sit with those declarations that we just made. Let's just take a moment, just sit right here. And we don't usually end like that. So like this. So, it had to hit really hard. Just sit right there with that. I am worthy. I am main character energy. Big smile. That's your big smile right there. Take that throughout your day. Share this with a friend. Stop looking out. Start looking in. You are worthy. And I want to let you know, your being here really matters to me. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video.